Hello everybody, look how dirty the Mustang is. This is the dirtiest the Mustang has ever been, and it's white, so it shows, is it white? I don't know, it's cream, mocha, caramel, I don't give a shit. It's white. Luckily, this video is sponsored by Hydro. If you've not seen Hydro, there's a bug on my nose right now. If you've not seen Hydro, you must have been living under a rock. Hydro are all over social media. Every man and his dog is currently using Hydro, so you obviously know who they are. Absolute legends over at Hydro. They've been taking social media by absolute storm. Now, since it is beautiful weather recently, they're doing a beautiful, beautiful offer, and it's even better because this one's just for you guys watching this video. This offer actually expired last night, but for you guys, they're running it one more day just for you guys on this video. So as you'll see in this video, it actually runs out tonight at 9 PM. So if you're watching this on the day I upload tonight at 9 PM, this offer runs out. If you buy the ultimate bundle, you're going to get the accessory bundle for free. You get a wash mitt, a drying towel, and microfiber cloths. You get that for free today if you buy the ultimate bundle. All you got to do is add both of them to your basket and use the code PAYDAY, and the price of the accessory bundle will be knocked off. Today only, guys, don't miss out. So there is a link in the description to the ultimate bundle, so you can add that nice and easy, but don't miss out on this, guys. Go and see why every single person on social media is using Hydro right now. Let's get to the video. Good morning everybody, it is the next day, the Mustang is here. We're going to be doing a lot today. We're going to do some modifications, something that I've really wanted to do. As you can see, we've got a seat here, we've got a drift seat where we went and picked up from Oliver Evans, and we also picked up the injectors from Oliver Evans today. So we took them to see Ollie. Ollie flow tested them. There's a lot of shit in the injectors. There was actually like big clumps of rust in one of the injectors as well. And after cleaning them and flow testing them and stuff, we realised that they are working, but there was a lot of shit in there, and that would have been definitely stopping the fuel getting through. Now that shit has obviously come from somewhere, and it's either come from the tank or the fuel filter. Now I have got, so every time I open a video I'm always knackered, I don't know why. So we're going to be diving down more into the fueling issue. Well, we're going down the fuel route on this car, so we're going to be changing some of the fuel lines, we're going to be cleaning some of the fuel out, and we're going to be changing a fuel filter. Now I know it's quite difficult on these changing fuel filters because there's like a crimp connection. And I haven't actually got a tool to remove them, but I think I found a way of getting them off. So we're going to be diving into the fuel, and we're going to be putting the injectors back in once we've done all this, see if it runs any better. And we're also going to be fitting this bucket seat as well. Now, I don't have like Mustang mounts, so I'm going to have to just try to make it work. But it looks like the old, on this Evo seat, it looks like they've actually used just the standard rails that come in the other seat. So I've done that before, where you can actually just bolt them to the standard rails if you can. Or this one might just be welded. I'm not sure what's going on. We're going to take the seats out both sides. We're going to put the Evo seat in that side if possible, and then we're going to try to, if we've got to cut up that seat to fit this one, then yeah, cool. Because I don't think I'll just be able to bolt it straight to the floor. So you can see it's not flat, so I probably won't be able to bolt straight to the floor, but I might be able to cut up that seat using rails, because Mustang guys might be hating me, but this is never going to be sold as a nice Mustang, so I'm going to cut short. First of all, let's go and have some breakfast. Alright, let me have a fucking break. So let's give the seat a go first. I do really want to get this, and we have got Adam C Fest on the weekend, and people can see a seat, people can't see new fuel lines and a fuel filter. So let's try and have this seat first. I'm really excited to get this seat too. I love having bucket seats. So hopefully I'm just going to try and pull the whole seat out as a whole, and then try to see what these guys have done to this seat to make it fit. So I can get in, there's a couple of 15 mils down here. So we'll take these off, and hopefully I can get the ones through the back. Okay, so them 4 bolts are pretty easy to get out, but I'm pretty sure the seat is welded to the old frame, but we'll get it out. Oh, a quick look what we can do. Okay, I'll pull the other seat out, and if you have a look, this is the rails at the bottom. I'm pretty sure, so see these bits here that stick out, they would line up quite nicely with that there, and bolt them down like that. So on the other side, so I'm just going to see if I can just get these rails off, get them off on the seat, and even then we can just cut the seat. If this is just the base, we can just use this whole base bit here. So I'm going to start on doing some shit and seeing if this will work. Now this is the passenger side. I'm hoping they're just the same but flipped, so I'm going to see if I can bolt this side into the passenger side, see if that'll work. So it bolts up which is sick. It lines up, so that means I can use the passenger side on that side, and I can chop this one up, and the rails are going to be the same. So let's start taking this seat apart. Okay, these rails are literally just held on by these 2mm bolts, so we could literally just bolt these to the corbo things and we'll still actually have a working slider. That is what I'm thinking of in my head, because look, these 2 bolts are out, this slider's off, so just bolt this slider to this corbo bit to the, well, corbo bit to that, this to the floor, seat to the side mount. But the only thing we've got to do is just pray that the width is okay for the seat to slide into. I'm sure we can drill a couple new holes if it's a little bit wider or a little bit skinny or whatever. I'm hoping this will work, and if we've even got the actual slider as well, that'll be even better. Right, I just went to the hardware shop and we got some new M8 bolts, so we can put the mounts onto the side of the seats. It will fit. I don't think it'll go in as easy as I wanted to. It just needs to be a little bit wider. So what we're going to do, we're going to bolt the mounts to the seats, put it down and see how far we need to come out. And all we can do is we can just extend some of the holes either on the mounts or extend the ones where they bolt to the floor and just push it out ½ an inch. Because I think what's happening at the minute is when it's sitting in like this, the mounts are wanting to come to the sides. So let's bolt the mounts down to here and let's see how far we need to extend the floor mount things. Yep. Okay, so we're bolting something like this. Obviously it's very loose, but I'm not going to bolt to the back. But I've got a bolt in here and I've loosely bolted them to the thing. Now if that seat fits in there, this is going to be perfect. This is not, I'm not going to jinx it, but like, this is not like me, guys. Things never go to plan, as you know from watching the channel. But if that seat slides in here, I'm going to be fucking buzzing. Okay, I've put the seat in and we're a good maybe ½ inch out. So if we had them bolted up here, would be a good ½ inch out over there, so it needs to go ½ inch that way. So that means it needs to take a ¼ inch out on this side and a ¼ inch out on that side, and we can do that. An easy way by doing that is we're going to elongate these holes a little bit more on here, elongate them. That's going to give us maybe an 1/8 of an inch, and we're going to elongate these holes another 1/8 of an inch, these and these, and do the same, and that should get us where we want to be. So we're going to get a drill and we're going to elongate these 4 holes a bit wider first of all. That's what we're going to do first. Then we're going to come to these ones. They're going to be harder because of the bigger holes, but we'll be able to do it. Elongate these because we've got plenty of metal left over here, plenty left here, plenty left here, and it should go in. Okay, so I'm just doing some drilling. This thing here is limiting me going any further. This bracket, I could cut it off, but I think, so I've drilled another hole. That's a mess up hole, ignore that one, I got it in the wrong place. I've got a hole right at the end of here, and I've extended the hole on here. So this has been pushed out from, which was sitting here, now to here, which is about a good ½ inch. I've drilled out this hole here, so it was sitting like this. Now it's over there like that, it's a good ½ inch. On the other side, I've actually got more play because I don't have this metal bracket here. So I can actually elongate this hole further out and elongate this hole further in, which I've done, and then that's going to be another good ½ inch. So I'm just going to finish off elongating this one out because I've pushed that hole out and this one in, so I can actually push it out way further. So I don't think I'm going to have to touch these ones here. So I'm just finishing it off. As you can see, I've elongated this one out a bit further, and I'm just going to elongate this one out now. Got a new hole there, and I think that'll be good. And then I can always elongate this one a little bit inward, and that'll push out a little bit further even more. So I think we'll be good very shortly once I finish elongating this hole and potentially this one here. Okay, that took an awful lot longer than I wanted it to. It was very fiddly, but considering we managed to use the seat and we can actually put it back to original seat as well, I'm quite happy with that. I wish they were black, but they're not, so that's fine. And the good thing is you've actually got it on a slider now as well. So there is the seat. It's a lot better than the Evo one, a lot tighter than the Evo one, and I've managed to get actually quite a good seat position as well. And also we can bring it back and forward, which is sick. But this is the seat position. I can actually go a lot closer to the wheel now, meaning I can actually get my gears a lot better. I can reach the gears a lot easier, and also I can put the clutch all the way down easier without my leg being full extended, and I've got full throttle easier as well, so it's a much better seat position. It took me a very long time, I'm not gonna lie, and it was a lot of faffing around, but I've done it. So I'm just going to take these wheels out. Oh my god, I'm knackered, man. I'm cut all over as well. Never fun doing a bucket seat. It always seems like an easy install, even when you've got like the mounting brackets. It's never easy. It's always a piss take. It's just a lot of faffing around. But I'm going to put the Evo seat in this other side, make sure it all bolts up, and then my passenger will have a bit better time as well. Because seriously, like, I sat in that other seat when like Dan was driving and stuff, and when like Liv was driving out, and it is dangerous, mate. It feels horrific. You literally feel, it's so sketchy sitting in that other seat when there's like no dash and you're being sliding around or whatever. So I'm more than happy. I'm also just happy that the passenger's got a better seat now as well, because that one, it was really bad. So let's put the passenger seat in. Okay, the seat is in. We're not going to do the fueling thing. We're not going to do the fuel lines, the fuel filter and stuff, because for that I need to go to Halfords, and it's getting quite late now. So by the time I do that, get there and get back, I just don't think I'll have time. So I'm going to do that in another video. In the next video, probably tomorrow, we're going to jump down the fuel line and trying to get it back to running original power. But for now, there's actually one bolt in there that the thread was a bit shit on the seat bolts. So I've just used a longer bolt, and I'm going to go underneath and just put a nut on the other side just so it's nice and tight, because that is the bolt that the seat belt bolts to as well. And also what we need to do is, I don't want to run these wheels anymore. I need to run, obviously when I'm drifting and stuff, I need some more height, and I want to run some 19s, and I want to run some wider tyres on the front as well. So we have got some 9Js in here, and we're going to be getting refurb next week. So I need to test fit the wheels, see if they're actually going to fit on the car and etc. Because as you know, it's impossible to find spaces for this thing. So I'm going to be getting them done. So what we're going to do, we're going to just jack the side up, and I'm going to put a nut on that bolt underneath the seat, and we're going to put the wide ones on the front and skinny ones in the back, because I'm hoping that that means I can run like a 245 in the front or something like that, so we get way more grip, because we're having tons of understeer in the drift day, if you remember. And on the back, I'm hoping that it's going to be a bit wider, just so we get a bit more track on the rear, but it's still a skinnier tyre, so we don't have as much grip. So let's get them out, let's jack this side up, and let's hope they all fit. Okay, we got the car jacked up. Look how bad the tyre is here. Oh no, on the inside. That's what camber does for you guys. And that is definitely where I've been understeering. It's just ripped the tyre off, I can see. Because I can literally rip the tyre off all the way around. So that's dangerous, so we need to change them. But as you can see down there, that is the thread. And that is where the seat bolts through. So hopefully, I know it's an M10 1.5. Hopefully I've got an M10 1.5. No, I should have. It's quite a common size. There we go. Pretty sure this is gonna be it. There we go. Some hopefully it's tight enough at the top to actually grab it. But I don't want to be having to hold something at the top and then having to go underneath, because hey man, it's just me, I can't grab something from the top. Hey man, what the fuck am I about? Perfect. Okay, now that's tight. Now the seatbelt's not going to rip through the car if we need it. If you did wonder what that white thing was, I just wrapped some PTFE tape around the thread, because it was tightening, it just wasn't like fully tightening, so I just thought that would make the thread a little bit bigger, but it didn't work, so yeah. Fail. So here's the wheels that I've got. Literally, you guys know I fucking despise wheels on cars. So like, even with the spacer, well, these wheels just aren't going to fit. Like, they just won't fit, because you've got the hub stud there. So you see how not only are the studs coming out, I could grind them down, but the actual nuts themselves are sticking out as well, right? So obviously, what does that mean? It means the wheel don't sit against there, which is an absolute joke. The only thing I can do is maybe put a 5mm shim, or go a bit spacer, and it'll just go past them wheel nuts. That won't work either, because it's going to be too wide for the front of the car. I just despise wheels. Like, why do they make it so awkward? Like, they would look good when, obviously, when they're going to be all black and with some tyres on, that would look really good, but they're just not going to fit. Why do they make wheels like aftermarket wheels? They know that people are gonna have studs on, so why not put the things behind the wheels like 350? So if you look at the wheels on this, they've got the big gaps there so that studs can go in, you know, spacers going. But aftermarket wheels, they just don't think about shit. Like, look at that. Honestly, really despise wheels. It's just you just never make them fit. Because this is American thread, I can't get, these are the thinnest wheel nuts I can buy. Literally the thinnest wheel nuts I can buy for the UNF. So I'm either going to need a bigger spacer, which I can't get hold of because it's American, and I can't get a spacer with the right centre bore, and that centre bore, I just hate it. So I think, long story short, I just need to buy a new set of wheels that have a better offset, so I don't have to run this many spacers or big spacers, and then I need to get one which aren't multi-fit, so they have the holes in the background, and I need to make sure that the wheels are bigger than a 71mm centre bore. So anyway, the 350Z wheels are going back on. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to see. The thing is, I've got Adam Seafest on Monday, so I'm going to need some new tyres or some new wheels by Monday. Wheels with tyres. Makes sense try to just find some 4.3 wheels with tyres, because I need some wheels anyway. And then it saves me buying tyres, but who fucking knows? Joys of owning a Mustang, guys. So I'm going to call the day. I'm going to end the day here, guys. Tomorrow we're going to do the fueling thing, see if we can get some more power back in the car and see if those injectors have made a difference. But I'm just knackered and I'm just sick of dealing with fucking wheels. But I've got the seat in. The seat looks great. I need to take the battery off, so I keep turning the ignition on and it keeps pumping fuel into the bonnet, and it stinks because obviously I keep forgetting I've got the injectors unplugged. So I love you all. See you next one.